One of the biggest points of the Bible, one of the biggest parts of Bible prophecy is that God's people, Israel, are going to go apostate once again. And when that happens, God has to rise up people out of the church. This is his servant Jacob. This is who all the parables are about, the good and the evil servants. They're called out of the church and they stop preaching the good tidings. Paul tells us this in Romans 10. Now, to even understand that in the Christian church, you have to understand that you are Israel and that Israel were kicked out of their inheritance in 2 Kings 17 for doing the Ashtaroth pole, which Paul warns you not to do. But we've actually gone and done the same thing because it's a tree. It's a Christmas tree. It's a Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree. And we've repeated the same mistake because we disobeyed the covenant. So we're under the same spiritual condition. We're full of the Antichrist spirit of error. And in Jeremiah 10, it even says that stock, that tree that we bring in our houses is a fruit of our error, of the Antichrist spirit of error being within us. So in John 3, the Messiah says, you must needs be born again, for you cannot enter the kingdom if you aren't born again. He's referencing Jeremiah 10. Take the Christmas tree out of your eye so that you can see. Psalms 115 tells you that I forgot how it's worded, but everyone who makes an idol becomes like unto the idol, with eyes but see not, ears but hear not. But that's why the Messiah came, to set the captives free, to give sight to the blind. He came to teach us the 10 commandments that were given at Horeb. Deuteronomy 18 literally tells you that the Messiah is coming to teach what Israel desired at Horeb, not at Sinai. That's why Yah tells you not to touch Sinai. That's where sacrificial law was added after they agreed to keep the covenant, because they broke the covenant instantly. So you need to be keeping the 10 commandments. And Paul tells you in Romans 10 that God is going to raise up this group of people out of the church. Come out of her, my people. That's the man-child, it's Jacob. And he is going to preach the good tidings. The good tidings from Isaiah 52 is what Messiah quotes in Luke 4 and calls it the gospel. And when you look up the word good tidings in the Strongs, it actually means refreshing. It's the refreshing of the covenant made at Horeb. We're not under sacrificial law. Stop teaching the letter of the law. Go to Horeb. The Messiah is that rock. 1 Corinthians 10, he is the rock. The life-giving waters comes out of the rock. Guess what the life-giving waters represent? The 10 commandments, because that's when the covenant was made. When Israel desired the life-giving water, that's what they desired at Horeb. God says, if I will be your God, you will be my people if you keep this covenant. They agree to keep the covenant. Moses goes up to get the tablets, and then they do the golden calf. So he comes down, breaks the tablet, gets pissed at them, makes them drink he melts the golden calf, makes them drink the ashes. God's about to kill them, and he says, no, for your servant's sake, think about your servants. Think about Abraham. Think about Isaac. Think about them in the place of this wicked people. Don't think about their wickedness. And God preserves Israel for that reason. Same thing with his servant Jacob, who's preaching the refreshing of Horeb in the latter days. You need to be looking for, the Messiah, and Paul especially, is telling you should be looking out for and becoming part of that group of people that are preaching the refreshing of the covenant. The simple 10 commandments, the unjust steward, saying write a check for half. There's many things that we would need to do in our inheritance, but we're not there yet. We're scattered into the Gentiles. So keep the covenants of promise, fulfill the royal law, and go and build the kingdom. And you can become part of the kingdom in doing that. That's the gospel.